Within an event a few weeks back, a woman asked me about sex after childbirth trauma. And it got me really reflecting upon how we in society do approach this and how we can approach trauma around our sexuality in a much more tender and kind and less direct way. So let's look at childbirth trauma. So when there's been trauma during giving birth to our children, then a woman will then withdraw all interaction sexually with the partner, but also intimately, because there is a fear that an innocent kiss, an innocent touch, an innocent cuddle will then lead to sex, or maybe taken as a signal from our partner that we wish to engage in sex. And so a woman will withdraw herself completely. Now, in some aspects, she does need to withdraw herself completely to attend to her pain, her physically, the wounding, the changes in her body, the changes in her emotion, what has happened to her body. We all withdraw during childbirth. We need to restore. We need to rest. There's so much energy that goes out of us during childbirth, not just physically, but mentally and emotionally. And so there will be this time, there will be this desire to withdraw and hold oneself and rest and restore to our fullness. But in trauma, there is that withdrawal going on, but there's also the withdrawing, because if we interact with a kiss or touch or a cuddle, then is my partner going to read that as an invitation, to engage in sex? Now, when we have trauma, we have this very direct way of, there's the trauma, there's the pain, there's the wound, and I'm going to meet it and approach it face on, and I'm going to challenge it face on. So that is like a scab, a cut, a bruise. It hurts, and we're just going to poke it head on. That's more traumatizing. Why do we do that? When it's actually, if we attended to the space around the trauma, around the wound, then the trauma starts to loosen its grip and thinks, I've got some space here. I've got some space here to be met. I've got some space here to move. I've got some space here to soften. I've got some space here to... So the tension has gone. Because obviously when there's a trauma, when there's a wound, a cut, a pain, it's like, ugh. It's tight. It doesn't want to be poked at. And the more it's poked at, the more it goes, ugh, and retracts. So, to approach and create that safe space for us, or for our women, to come out after childbirth trauma, it's about meeting our woman, meeting our lover from the edges, and allowing for our touch to be unconditional, just to be touch, just to be a sharing of devotion, of love, of caress, of caring, of loving the other, rather than, and for our woman to actually know that, for our woman to actually trust that, actually feel that there can be there can be touch, there can be caress, there can be a kiss, there can be a banter without it having to lead to sex, so that actually her body and her emotions and the trauma can start to feel safe and held and known, and that there's this, rather than going straight in, that there's a, oh, I'm going to meet you here, and now I'm going to meet you here. And so coming in from the circumference to the trauma rather than directly in. So do I agree with going directly into the wound and to the trauma and doing all this pelvic work? No, I don't. How about loving the rest of your body so your pelvis goes, oh, okay, I can breathe, I can soften. How about the other parts of you being adored and cherished, and the whole of your being is sexual, the whole of the other parts of you to feel met and touched and aroused, so that this part can go, okay, I don't have to be so tense anymore, I don't have to protect anymore, I can let go, and I can use this space to heal, I can use this space to breathe, I can use this space to let go of this tension. Because if our tension, if our trauma, if our pain is around our sex, the last thing we want is for the contact or the world or another to hit us or meet us dead on in our sex. We need all the other parts of us to be met and loved and cherished and held, so that the sex can go. I also want to say there's no hurry, that actually we can put pressure on ourselves to hurry up and interact again with our partner sexually, or to hurry up and recover after trauma, recover after childbirth. And that's another pressure that's ticking on, just to let go of time, to let go of pressure, to let go of everything that kind of makes our body and our sexuality and our desire to be met, to be intimate, to have space to come into that, rather than this push, shove, try and squeeze, must hurry up, must get to, it's been 6 weeks, it's been blah, 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 just to let go of the idea of time. We've no idea how long it will take us to recover. No idea. And yet we limit ourselves with time. Oh, that wound, that trauma is so big, it's going to take so much healing, it's going to take us so long. We don't know that. Or it's been 6 weeks, I should be better now. Who says? Who says? So let go of pressure. Please don't meet the trauma head on. Meet the other parts of you. Allow those to soften and to be strong actually in that softening, so that the trauma, the wound can feel that it has some space to come out, to heal, to restore. Be kind, be gentle, be tender to each other. There's so many ways that we can be intimate, and I don't mean sexually. There's so many ways that we can show each other and share with each other love and adoration and kindness. And all those ingredients actually are the perfect recipe for any healing, any recovery of trauma.